Thank you. Today, I want to present a very simple idea. And the idea is this. If we want to help people in a way that does no harm to them and their capacities and their communities, then the best place to start is with what is strong within them and within their communities, and not with what's wrong.
ABCD empowers the community.
It gives them a voice.
It's not about anybody parachuting in.
It's empowering them to do what is important to them.
Local knowledge, local skills, local assets.
Asset-based community development, which instead of focusing on what's wrong with communities or what's wrong with individuals, really concentrates on what communities have got, the assets within those communities, to use those assets to the best possible advantage to support each other.
ABCD empowers the community so that when other organisations come in and say, this is what we think you need, they can actually say, no, this is not what we need. This is what we're doing, and this is what we need you to support us to do in order for our community to grow and flourish. I would happily recommend the ABCD approach because what it does, it brings a sustainability to work that's actually happening, but it also brings a confidence within that community.
Seriously wonderful.
They really enjoy it. They really like it.
And the most attractive thing about ABCD, it's not about anybody parachuting in. It's about saying, you know, we are the people of Gipton, these are our skills, this is our time, and these are our people. And with a little bit of resources, we can help ourselves and build. So, for example, Val's group, the fish and chip group, set that up. We give them £200 to buy pans and different things for their community room. The outcome of that sort of 18 months is they develop lots of other groups that people want to be involved in. They've got an art and crafts group, bingo evening, the fish and chips once a month, and they now meet every Monday. It's cost effective. £100 to set up a club that's going 2 years later is a lot cheaper than sending a member of staff to go do a coffee morning somewhere once a month. You only have to fund it once and it's self-funded. Because it's not mine, it's theirs.
I moved into Pembroke Towers about 11 years ago. And realised that you never saw anybody, everybody was in the flats. So there's a community room downstairs. And I thought, why don't we get people to come down there and maybe just have a coffee afternoon or something, try and get some of the elderly out. I thought there's a lot of lonely people in here. So we decided to, why don't we try and set some up just on a Monday afternoon? You know, we were fit and able, but a lot of them weren't. Try and get them out, have a cup of coffee or whatever. But from there, we've gone out on days out, and then Christmas put a meal on, gone across to Harrogate, taken them over there and had a good meal out.
I've been through some difficult times myself. Things went quite bad. I needed a lot of help from different organisations within Leeds, and it helped me knowing that I could overcome this, that I could help other people to overcome their problems. And we decided to maybe make our own group, and people are coming and we're sort of thriving off of it. We're building up from what we once had to what we've got now. We've got people coming from places like the doctors and school, and people from all over Otley are coming.
So using the ABCD method within my work, and I found that empowering people, you get a lot more out of the work that you do. People have got a bit more invested into it because it's what they want to do rather than someone coming in and saying you have to do this. It's up to them. It's empowering them to do what is important to them.
The LS14 Trust is a community development project that was set up by local people and basically holds a space in this amazing community for local people to come together to make change. Not for other people from outside to come in and say we've got the answers, but to use the resources and the skills of this community to make it the place that we want it to be. And the key thing is we're not a service provider, so we're not trying to do things to people in this community. We're trying to hold a space of potential to allow anyone to come in and say, I've got an idea, I want to change this community, and we will support people in that. And I think that's quite a unique approach.
I first started coming to LS14 for therapy. Since I've had therapy, I have been able to move on by doing different things in LS14. The tombola was my idea, and I've had so much out of therapy. I felt that I would like to give something back, and the money that is raised is going to go to LS14.
We helped set up a Seacroft food and boot market that was run by local volunteers in an asset-based way. We would have more pushed back on them to sort of develop the market themselves and take ownership of it.
Came through the doctors because I was new to the area. I suffer with depression and anxiety. I was made to feel really welcome, so liked it, so I stayed. It helps me, it gets me out of the house and feels like I'm giving something back to the community.
So it wasn't about, here's the funding, let's do something in this area. It came very much out of a bunch of people saying, we have got the skills to make this change. But yes, local knowledge, local skills, local asset.
In setting up and developing ABCD, we really want to continue to focus on 4 layers at the same time. Firstly, what you might call the ABCD model. Funding a community organiser who goes out in that neighbourhood, finding those community connectors, using a bit of small sparks funding to support groups and mapping the assets in that community. But we also want those community organisations working across the city, working in communities, be that on particular client groups or areas, to start thinking much more in an asset-based way, and we can support them to do that through training, through access to support from other organisations. We have that ask of those big organisations as well to start thinking in an asset-based way.
Focusing on what's
wrong
and not what's wrong.
Focusing on what's wrong and not what's wrong.